In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an emotional guitar melody and in the end, master this whole beat using just one plugin. What's up everyone and welcome back to yet another video. And in this video, I'm going to create an Afro beat which is inspired by Burna Boy and Omah Lay. So I'm going to try to combine those two genres and show you how to create the best result in the end. And for achieving the best result, I'm going to use a plugin from Music Hack which is called Master Plan version 10. And I'm just going to use this plugin after I've mixed this beat. So I'm going to show you how to create an amazing result using just one plugin. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to create a more down-tempo Afro beat. So let's say 103 beats per minute. And right now we're just going to start off with a guitar. So I'm going to use one of my favorite guitars from Ilya Efimov. And let's say I'm using the guitar TC, this one. So there it is. Right now, open up the piano roll and I'm going to adjust the scale to, let's say, just C minor natural. And right now, just let's start off by drawing in a random guitar melody. So that's it. Very simple. Something like this. So we're going to keep it very, very easy and straightforward. So this one, we have to extend it like this. And I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna mess around with the velocity. And then I'm going to select none and then just shorten down the notes just a little bit. So I've pitched up this guitar melody one octave and right now it sounds like this. Make the notes just a little bit shorter. And also make sure not all the notes are perfectly aligned on the grid. So this makes it sound just a little bit more realistic. So right now I'm going to add a chord progression. I'm going to use one of my favorite plugins, which is the Stage 73. So I'm going to use this preset, the default high times one. And let's add some chords. So I'm going to make sure select line again. I'm going to create something very, very simple. So like this, and then just copy it over, pitch it down one octave, copy it again. Then we're going to create a simple chord. So that's it. Then let's add some more notes right here. And again, let's add some more notes right here. To add some more frequencies. Then copy this one over, pitch it down one octave. That sounds perfect. And then let's copy it over, and I think that's basically it. So right now you could, for example, strum it, randomize it. So strum it, for example, play around the velocity and the strength. So I think I don't want to add too much of both these effects. So I've made a tweak to this chord progression, so switch up this one just to make it a little bit more interesting. Also lower down the velocity to make sure it sounds a little bit softer. So that's it. For now, maybe let's use another stock preset for creating the bass line. So I think I'm going to use Kepler stock plugin. Sounds very simple. And then let's, for example, pick a preset from, for example, this brass, this one. So you want to make sure you just add some random elements just to spice it up and later on make sure you create an interesting arrangement. So for example, this is an element which you could add. Very simple. So later on, we're going to add some more reverb because right now it sounds horrible. So right now, let's disable this one. And let's use another layer from Kepler. For example, this one. Now remove the high frequencies. So that's it right now. We're going to create the bassline. Then play around and switch up this one, for example. So I've created this one just at random right now. So it sounds very dry, very simple. So I just realized this brass sounds way much better. So I switched them. Contains way more low frequencies. Way easier just to use this element. So right now I think it's time to add some drums. So I'm gonna add pattern 1 to the arrangement. I'm gonna open up the African producer bundle. I'm gonna start off by using this element right here. I'm gonna create the typical rhythm. That one goes perfect together with the guitar melody. And I already want to add or randomize this one. But before I'm adding all the elements, I think I'm going to add a shaker in advance. So a shaker loop. So I'm going to add this one, then lower down the volume and make sure this one is on resample. That sounds really dope. So now let's add a kick. So to pick a kick which contains a lot of low frequencies, for example, this one with a longer tail. Also the bass line is going very well together with the drums, for example. So let's add some more elements, some percussions. So maybe 31 and per 20. This one sounds unique. I think a great fit for adding it to this drum loop. So I think I'm just gonna add it right here. So in this case, it's not that present, this element. And I think I'm just gonna copy over this one for percussion 20. And then just drag it one bar to the right. Very simple. So for now I want to add some more rims to this beat. So let's open up the rim shots folder. So at first this one, this sample, and let's say this one. So now I'm gonna add one right here. This one is playing every step. So copy it over, Ctrl C, Ctrl B. And then I'm gonna randomize it. So lower down the velocity. Oh, that's it. Really cool percussion. So let's add the next one. So I think I'm going to switch up the rhythm. So the main rhythm. I think is a better rhythm when it comes to this beat. So more straightforward. So let's add the next one. This was playing another rhythm. And it still sounds very organic and dynamic. And I think that's the main goal when it comes to creating those types of beats. So let's add another metal layer. For example, this one, adding some more high frequencies to the rim, for example. Or maybe just add it right here. And then turn up the velocity. Copy it over again. So for now, I think it's time to add some elements which contain some more mid frequency. So for example, some percussions. So for example, this one. So right now I'm thinking about adding another head, so cymbal. So maybe this one. Lowering down the volume. So that's it. And maybe another hi-hat to add some more high frequencies. Just simple detail when it comes to this head. For now, I think when it comes to the bass line, it's still missing some low frequency. So I'm going to use a simple plugin, which is just a stock plugin, which is called the 3USC. I'm going to add a sine bass. So I'm going to pitch this one down to -20 for semitones. And then I'm going to add a little bit of mid frequencies. So when I play just a C, sounds like this. Very simple layer, and then just copy it over, paste it right here. And then maybe play around with the positions or the pitch of this melody. So in this case, I don't think it's necessary. Maybe lower down the volume. So that's it, another layer, and this is basically just a simple mixing trick, because otherwise your mix in the end will sound way too empty. So this is one of the final elements which I'm going to add is a log drum. So I'm going to use the Fruity DX10. I'm going to use the log drum folder. So log drum kit, log drum presets. So let's say I'm just using log drum 1, the first preset. And let's write in a rhythm which is a complement to the bass line. So double it up right here. So that's it. So this is the main rhythm. So I'm going to copy it over right here to make sure it fits the original chord progression. So the chord progression which we've added in the beginning. And as I apply to the bass line, I'm just going to use the same method for creating the log drum. So basically just follow the notes from your chord progression. So after playing around for a while, I came up with this more simplistic rhythm. Very simple, and we could easily use this element to create an interesting arrangement in the end. So now let's add some up and down lifters. So for example, an impact right here, this one. Just in the volume, and right now let's add some drum rolls. So I'm going to open up the drum rolls folder. Let's drag in some random ones. So for example, this one and drum roll 12. And then just make sure we adjust the volume. So I think that's it. So just messing around, trying in some random drum rolls. So let's have a listen again. So right now I think I've created all the main layers. So right now I'm going to arrange it, mix it. I'm going to master this beat using the Master Plan V10. So guys, I've just created the final arrangement. I've added one more sample in the outro. So let's have a listen. Saxophone sample, which I think goes perfect together. And I basically didn't add any new elements. So I kept it very simple, mixed the beat so it sounds very clean. And right now we're going to use the master plan, and the plugin is very simple. So it's basically all you need in just one view. And the first thing which is very helpful is when I just select this one, it gives me an explanation. So for example, low IQ, gently add or remove warmth or low end. So when your beat contains too much low frequencies or maybe high frequencies, it's very easy to make some adjustments. Then we could increase the loudness by just using this button. And now we could widen up the signal, so enhance the stereo soundstage. And then we have some unique functions, for example, right here, where we could listen to our beat on mono, band, phone. And then we could also, for example, enable thick right here. And now we could simply increase or decrease the additional saturation. And we could also do this for clean, multi, smooth, calm, and tape. So those are basically all the presets you need for mastering your beat. So for now, let's select the loudest part of the beat. So where, for example, the kick is playing. And then we're going to increase the volume. Then I think I want to remove some of the low frequencies right here. So let's say around half dB. That's it. And maybe widen up this beat. So by 1.3. Then I'm always adding some saturation. So I'm enabling thick. And then I'm just adding it right here. But maybe just use this smooth one, this one. Okay, that's it. So I'm not going to use this one, and I'm not going to use the tape. So for example, if I listen to this beat on mono, it sounds like this. On the phone, for example, it just removes some high and low frequencies. And I think this function is really helpful because you already get an idea on how it sounds. And if you're not really into tweaking all the knobs yourself, you could also use some presets. So for example, loud presets, true peak presets, and just learn from those presets and make sure you get comfortable using this plugin. So with all this being said, this is a very high quality plugin and it's very easy to use. And if you want to export your beat in a specific loudness range, for example, for YouTube or Spotify, -14 LUFS, you could also easily measure this using this button right here or this button. So let's see how loud our beat is. So I'm going to reset these buttons and also this one. So right now it's -12, -13, which is perfect. So we don't have to add any more loudness for uploading the beat to YouTube or Spotify. So that's it. If you want to check out the mastering plugin, the link will be in the description and I highly recommend this one. So for now, let's have a listen to the final result. Sounds very, very clean. So now we're just creating a build up for the drums. We're still leaving a lot of room for the artist, so I think that's very important in this case. Coming in, very, very chill. Also added a lot of reverb on the guitar. Log drum coming in, and the bass. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out this amazing mastering plugin. The link will be in the description and I'm definitely going to use this one in my future tutorials. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it and I hope you have a great day, create some awesome beats and see you next week.